Hey guys, Dylan from Noble Records coming at you with another video from my new record room. I'm really excited to finally kind of be able to sit down and listen to some music and enjoy it. My last video, which was another heavy rotations, was titled, I say goodbye to my music room or record room or whatever. And that was not meant to be clickbait. So as you know, with my heavy rotation series, I don't want to name every one like heavy rotation number 21, funk and psych and blues rock. Like, they're all going to say the same thing. They're all going to be called the same exact thing because I'm into a lot of the same stuff. So I try to have my videos have different titles. I'll just pick something that I said in the video and make that as a title. So that was kind of the focal point that I've been focusing on that week, is that I was moving and I was saying goodbye to this room that I had really grown in, like the past 5 years, as far as like my musical taste and my business as a record store has really grown in that space. And so it was really sad to see it go. But the new house that we're in, it's a really cool room. And as soon as I get everything set up, I'm gonna do another room tour because it's very cool. It's a lot smaller than that one was, but I had some serious issues with the other room, and I needed to get out of there. I just, it was a garage that was converted into a bedroom. So it had some garage-like attributes to it. The sound quality in there was terrible. So, and there's some other issues. I was always worried about there being water damage and stuff on my records if it stormed, bunch of stuff like that. So anyways, we moved in last week and now I'm up in my record room now. I'm going to talk a little bit more about those details towards the end of the video because I know a lot of you guys don't care. So I'm going to show some records now. So I have not picked up a ton of stuff in the past week. Literally, I have been in moving mode for the past week or two. But I did get a lead from a guy who had some cool funk and soul stuff locally, which doesn't happen a lot because we're in North Carolina. There are some guys, but there's not a lot. So he's been around for a while. He's a DJ and was just kind of getting rid of some rare stuff that I was into. So the one that I went for, that I knew he had, and I knew that if I just get this one record, I'll be happy. It's this record I've been looking for a long time. It's really cool. And I'm not going to say it's a grail, but it is. This is Trevor Dandy. Don't Cry, Little Tree. 1970. Let's look at that cover. So first of all, I collect records that have funny titles and funny covers. And this one would qualify for sure. The thing that drew me to this initially was the cover. I heard this record years ago, and I just always thought it was such a funny cover, like "Don't Cry, Little Tree," and he's just looking at this tree, But after I listened to it, I was like, "Holy smokes, this is great!" So this is a gospel record, and it's got there's a lot of really mellow, churchy songs on there, but they all have some soul and funky elements to it. But the one, "Is There Any Love," is the one song in here that's been sampled by a bunch of people. It's just got a killer drum break in it. But that song is just it's so funky, so good. So this is a really rare record, 1970, from Canada. Dude was born in Jamaica and migrated to Canada, but just really good, funky, soulful gospel record. Been wanting that for a long time, but it's one of those things where I was like, I'm never gonna find this record because I think they only made 2,000 copies or less, and I just didn't think I'd ever find one down here in some guy's garage in North Carolina, but it happened. Another one I found over there, I found a bunch of stuff over there, some of which I didn't include in this video just because I want to listen to it a little bit more before doing that. But I also got some stuff for the shop. So if you're around this weekend, I'm going to be putting out some really cool stuff. I've been putting some things away for this weekend. I want this weekend to be really good. But anyways, this next one I found over there is this Soul Impressions. This is Janko Nilovich, Soul Impressions. This is a killer record. And funny thing about this is I was looking through his stuff and I found a reissue of this, which I was happy to get a reissue because the originals are stupid rare and like never going to see them. And I was like really happy to get the reissues because I've never even been able to find a reissue of it. And he was like, "Hey man, I actually think I have an original of this if you'd rather have an original." I'm like, so he digs out the original and sells me the original. But this is an original press, just freaking killer. Funk, man. I mean, there's some more mellow tracks on this one, but Drug Song, oh my gosh, it is funky, gritty, dirty, nasty. So Janko was a like killer musician, primary instruments, keys, but played a bunch of different types of music. But he'd do these library records that are just amazing, the versatility of his abilities. But really, really cool stuff. But I mean, I was just dumbfounded that there was an original over there. I'm so happy to have this. So I got these today, and I've listened to this like 3 times today, and I've listened to the Trevor Dandy a couple times too. But this one is through and through like a really solid, really good record. There's some jazz elements to it. There's some real funky songs with some really killer guitar solos and stuff in it. But this is a really, really cool record. It's just right up my alley. I love stuff like that. So those are 2 heavy hitters that I found over there. And like I said, there's a bunch of other stuff that I've got kind of in a cubby over here that I'm going to probably be showing in my next video just after I get to listen to it a little bit more. This is one that I've been looking for a long time that I ordered a few weeks ago and finally got it in the mail. This is one I don't even know how this happened, but I got a killer deal on it on eBay. I know I'm supposed to be off eBay, but I'm not. This is one that it's the International Submarine Band. Safe at Home. This is a first promo copy, and it is near mint. Beautiful copy. Yeah, so this is Graham Parsons' first thing he was ever on. He was in his early 20s. But just really, really cool how he evolved from here. But some really good pedal steel bluegrass type stuff. And you guys know I've been obsessed with Graham Parsons for a while. And this is just one that kind of has eluded me. It's pretty tough to find. And I was just really thrilled to be able to find one at such a good price. I mean, I got this thing for cheap compared to what they usually go for. Let's say they're the Discogs medium price. I think I got this thing for like a quarter of that. So really beautiful copy of this, and I'm thrilled to have it. Like I said, the disc is like near mint. Nice, nice. So I was going to show you a few other pickups. So I showed this a while back, I think. So this is, I've had this for a long time. This is Neil Young, Chrome Dreams. This album, this is a bootleg. This is the sticker I've told you guys about. If you see this sticker, no matter what color it is, it's a bootleg. Just so you know. But this album never was ever released. It was supposed to come out in 1977, and it was kind of shelved. It's a good album. It's a solid Neil Young album, especially for that time. I think it would have been better than Stars and Bars, I think. It was the album that was coming out at that time. This is a really good album. This was bootlegged off of an acetate, so the sound quality on this sucks. But it's cool because it's just like a bunch of stuff that was never supposed to be out. So these are kind of tough to find the bootlegs. I got one maybe a year or so ago. And just to be a Neil Young fan like I am, I don't talk about Neil Young as much as I probably should. I'm a mega Neil Young fan. I love Neil Young. So anyways, there's that. And then this is Chrome Dreams 2, which I don't know if it has a connection with it. I'm sorry. I don't know anything about the connection. But this came out in 2007. This is a really cool Neil Young record. Very tough to find. I found this a couple weeks ago, and I've been listening to it, and it's just dynamite. Really versatile record. A lot of different eras of Neil Young sound, in it, but I don't think they've reissued this, so the original 2007 pressing is kind of tough to find. But this is a really great one I've been looking for a long time. And it's good to have for the collection because I'm not like a completist when it comes to Neil Young. There's definitely albums that I don't have and don't care to have, but there's any of his albums that are at least bit good I try to get, and most of them are on the same wavelength as Neil Young. This came out this past Friday. These are really cheap. This is a Young Shakespeare is what it's called. Solo acoustic concert, Shakespeare Theater, January 22nd, 1971. And this is just like Neil Young acoustic, beautiful, beautiful stuff. If you've heard Massey Hall, which is one that everybody really likes, this is along that same lines. This is incredible. If you get a chance to get one of these, they're 20, I think they're 22, 25 bucks. I can't remember. They're cheap. And I ordered a bunch of copies for the shop. I think I sold them all, but I'm getting more in. These are some like just great, really good acoustic songs, and it's just such a beautiful live recording. It's really good. It's worth getting if you're a Neil Young fan. Definitely grab that. It's worth the hype. I talked about a couple of videos back. My friend Jacob, he has an Instagram channel called Neurotic Confusion. And he sells some things off his Instagram channel. And he was selling this one, and I didn't buy it from him. He was telling me about it. Okay, and I've seen this record before, and I've even heard it before. So this is the Wizards from Kansas Psych record. He was telling me, which Jacob is a pretty smart dude, especially when it comes to Psych. I mean, he's brilliant with it. And he was telling me he thinks this is the best Psych record that was ever recorded. And I was like, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on. Wait. Whoa. Wait. Just hold on. Whoa. Wait. The best? And he said, yes. So I was like, I need to revisit that because I've heard it before. I've never had a copy. They're kind of tough to find. And he sold his copy while I was thinking about it. That's how it goes. And so he had like an original promo. This isn't a promo, but this is a super clean first U.S. pressing. This I can't say he's wrong. I don't know that I'm going to say he's right, but I can't say he's wrong. This is a fantastic record. There is this line I ride in the middle of the road on the yellow line here. One lane is the early Psych stuff. And the other lane is the early hard rock stuff with the flaming fuzzy guitar solos. This one's right in the middle. This is my wavelength, guys. It's got the really good elements of that just more psychedelic, almost a little pop sensibility to it. Odyssey and Oracle is a pop record. It's not very psychedelic, but it is supposed to be a Psych record. It's got some of that feel to it, but just some really fuzzy guitar work on it that I really like. So I've listened to this a bunch since I got it. Really killer record. I think you can listen to it on iTunes, and it's just gnarly. It's one that I would highly recommend you trying to track down or at least listen to. And it depends on what level collector you are. It's not a super expensive record. They go for about $150. So it's not like one of these that's going to be $500 or something, but it's still kind of, you got to pay it for them. They're a little bit pricey. This one I got a good deal on, so I paid a little less than that, but well worth it. Very good songs. Gosh, the High Flying Bird, the first song on there, it's the jammy, like it's just chugging along like a freight train. It's really, really good. And then Codeine is another really great song on this album. Definitely check this out. The Wizards from Kansas. The story behind these guys, they were playing around. They didn't want to sign a record deal for some reason. And so all these record companies were coming after them. They were playing and they're opening for some really killer bands. And finally, Mercury came along somehow made them an offer they couldn't refuse, and they signed to Mercury. Then a couple of the members, like right after they recorded the album, a couple of the members quit the band and were like, we'd rather play jazz. And so there was no band to tour. And so Mercury was kind of like, and kind of cold shouldered them. And these albums were never really promoted and didn't sell well. So that's why they're rare. But that's a record that if I could tell if it was like a private press record, it'd be worth a crap ton of money. It's just the supply and demand of it. So back to my friend Jacob, Neurotic Confusion guy. He did have some more records for sale on his Instagram, and I bought some. Big surprise. This is one I've been wanting for a long time. The original, I'm just not ever going to find. They go for about $3,000. This is called Mystic Shiva. Really cool gatefold artwork. This is on orange vinyl. I'm not going to pull it out because every time you touch a record, people freaking lose their mind and they're like, "You touched the record!" Like, oh no crap! How are you supposed to get it on the platter? Even if you like barely pinch the side of it, like any like if you touch it at all, people freak out. It's my record. I can touch it however I want. I can lick it if I want. Jeez Louise. Anyways, sorry to give you that random rant, but it's late, guys. Really cool band from Detroit, 1971. The original was released in 1971. And they're all like, I think the oldest member is like 15 years old. So they're teenagers, like young teenagers. And it's just really killer psych with some fuzz guitar and good organ stuff. There's a lot of influence from like SRC, another Detroit band. Highly recommended. Very good stuff. But they had some complications with the recording. People that were recording them didn't know what they were doing, and the recording sucked. So they went back and like fiddled with it and overdubbed some stuff and remastered it. And there's a whole story behind it. I can't remember, but this is a really good release, really good pressing of it, and a really good psychedelic record. It's one of those you see around a lot, and they're just mythical. You just are not ever going to see an original. And if you do, it's going to be $3,000. And if it's not $3,000, you should buy it. Let's see. This is another one I got from him. This is a cool record, man. Raven is the name of the band. Yeah, this is called Back to Ohio Blues is the name of the album. This is a Rockadelic reissue. Rockadelic, really great label. They reissued a bunch of stuff in the 90s. All that stuff is just smoking killer. Like Bulbous Creation, I always talk about. Really good record they reissued. The original pressing of that is like, I don't even know. I know that it barely exists. A lot of their reissues are from records that just barely exist. This is one, the original cover is different, but kind of a funny story. This is a neat record. But so Raven was this band from Ohio, and listening to this record, you're like, what? Like, I was listening to it tonight, and I'm like, what year was this? This is 1975. And it's just like real gritty, dirty blues rock. Like something you would hear in a bar in 1975. But the lyrics are like really, really like modernly vile. If that makes sense. Lyrics you didn't hear in the 70s. So I've read some reviews about it where people say this was like an early punk record because of the lyrics. The original pressing, they only did 300 copies, and they didn't sell any of them. They just gave them away to their friends and family and fans and stuff. They were not in it for the money. They're very DIY, but just really cool, dirty biker, nasty, grungy, bathroom futon. I don't know. I'm trying to name nasty things. But they were just a gritty, dirty band. And it's very good. Really, and the recording sucks. They recorded this thing in one day. But the music's there, man, and it's really good. So that's cool. Anything on Rockadelic, you know it's good. If it's on Rockadelic, it's gonna blow your mind. So good label. Shout out. Another couple I got from him were these Steamhammer records. So Steamhammer, this one's up Mountains, 1970s original UK press. I'll show you the gatefold. But Steamhammer's a really cool band. I don't talk about them enough. They got a few records. I've been looking for this one for a while. I had one. It was like really bad warped, so I got rid of it. And this one's really super good shape. Steamhammer started out as the backing band for Freddie King, like 68, 69. And then they kind of morphed into their own band. They started leaning a little bit more progressive, but that blues bass is still there. Really good stuff. But this is a stellar record. Really, really killer. If you like that early 70s hard rock sound, it's got that, but it does have some prog leanings to it too. Fantastic stuff. And then I also got this one. This is an original German press of Steamhammer Speech. This is on that Green Brain label. And you know what? I'm going to pull it out and show it to you. That's how much I know. IDGAF. I'm not touching it. So, that Brain label. I love it. But really good. This one's definitely more prog than that one. They just kept going that way. But it's 1972. But fantastic record. Steamhammer's great stuff that you should all check out if you haven't. Another one along those lines is Chicken. Those are all the ones I got from Jacob. This is new stuff. This is OK Ken Chicken Shack. This is original UK. Actually, it's German. Chicken Shack is just straightforward blues rock, and it's really good stuff. Not much more to say about it than that. They're kind of tough to find around here, at least. I've got a couple of theirs, but really good blues rock stuff. And then shout out to Eric Weinbender. Eric, if you're watching this, I owe you an apology. He came into the shop a few weeks ago, and I've noticed I do watch a lot of the videos in the vinyl community, and a lot of people are like, "Hey, Eric Weinbender gave me this record." I think he's been pretty intentional about giving away cool records lately to a lot of people, and I think that's shagadelic, baby. Calendar. He came in and brought this record in. He said, "Do you have this?" I said, "Yeah, I think I have that." And he's like, "Oh, well, here's another copy. You can have it. I got this for you because I know you're into the funk." And I went to go find my other copy, and it wasn't in my Discogs, so I didn't know that it was in my collection, and I couldn't find it. And then I remembered I had one, but I ordered it for a friend. I ordered it from Light in the Attic because I order from them sometimes directly, as a distributor. And a friend of mine had asked me to order one, and I did. And he said, "You can listen to it if you can open and listen to it if you want, And so I opened and listened to it. I loved it, but I had to hand it over to him. So I thought I still had it, but I didn't. So after realizing I didn't have it, I was excited that he had given it to me. But this is cool. It's New Jersey funk. I think it's 1975, but really, really cool funk record. I'm very thoughtful of Eric. And I will say, as far as listening goes, I hate to say this because then you guys are going to be like, "What?" But I think I like funk just as much as I like psych. I mean, you got to be in the mood for whatever. And the same goes with blues. I love a good blues record, but lately, the past year, I have been really getting into some funk. I really love it. So, thank you, Eric. You are the bee's knees. This came out this past week as well. This Sturgill Simpson, Cutting Grass. And I'm going to hold it up to the light and see how glow in the dark it really is. Because they say it's glow in the dark. You can't see it at all. It is glow in the dark, though. It's hard to see. It's really hard to see. But it is. I'm seeing it with my eyes, but I'm not seeing it on the... Let me take the sleeve off. Maybe that would help. Can you see it? Nope. Failed experiment. I'm just sitting here alone in the dark. So that didn't work. But anyways, this is the indie exclusive with the glow-in-the-dark cover, which I could see with my own eyes, but I couldn't see. You guys couldn't see it on the camera because it's not real life. But really cool blue vinyl. So, but you guys know the deal with this Sturgill Simpson. I really lean towards his bluegrass records. He just did the other Cutting Grass last year. And that was a huge hit. Everyone loved it. So I got a bunch of copies of these in the shop. Amazing stuff. I love Sturgill's. Well, I like his bluegrass stuff. I'm slowly acquiring the taste. So anyways, this is one. So you guys know the metal collection I found in December. I've sold most of it by now. But I'm still kind of going through it and finding some gems in there. Nothing too crazy, but this is one that I don't even know what this is worth. I don't really care. New Riders of the Purple Sage. The pull for me on this is Jerry Garcia's tie to it. Jerry Garcia plays pedal steel here and there on New Riders of the Purple Sage. Look at this hype sticker. Psychedelic vinyl. This is a limited edition pressing. I like this hype sticker. It says, if you like good music, you owe it to yourself to listen to this record. But this is a really rare release. This is called Vintage NRPS, New Riders of the Purple Sage. This is on blue vinyl, and this is, late 70s. I don't know. This copy is actually not on Discogs. I'm not sure what it's worth or what year it came out. I think it's late 70s, but anyways, really good like country rock stuff. Most New Rider of Purple Sage records are like $5 or less. They're cheap. I have them in the shop all the time for $5 or less. So really cool. It's just kind of cool. I don't have any of their records in my collection. This is one that, this is a comp, but I've never seen it before, and it was very cool, so I might hang on to it for a little bit. I got this live acoustic Lenny Kravitz. It's got some really cool vibes to it. It's got Are You Gonna Go My Way? It's more of like a jazzy version of it. But I love Lenny Kravitz. I think he's just a really amazing songwriter and musician. I love him to death. I know I don't talk about it much, but I've got a couple of his records that I really like a lot. He's fantastic. So I got that as a bootleg. Got it a few months ago. I've been listening to it. This is one that just recently came out, but this is a band called Ball. This is a record. You're not going to be able to see it from the camera, but when I pulled this thing out, it hurt my eyes. It's so pink. It hurts your eyes when you look at it. Holy moly. That's just the limited edition copy. I don't know. But like I have these in the shop, and these are like $1 more because that thing cost me $1 more. They cost you $1 more. But yeah, this came out recently. Anyways, Ball is like it's a newer band. It's got that stoner, doomy feel to it, but it's real hard, real heavy. If you like that, it's like a revival of that early 70s hard rock type stuff. The Riding Easy records, Heavy Psych Sounds. I'm not going to say what the name of this record label is because this is a family show. You can look it up if you want. There's a lot of sorcery and songs about the devil on this record, which I don't normally gravitate to. But some really good music in there. If you like that stuff, check it out. But this is a family show, so I won't harp on that much longer. But if that's your type of thing, check that out. This is another one, The Good Rats. I've been wanting this record for a while. This is not like a really expensive record or rare. I've had copies throughout the years. But a guy came in my shop, maybe a year ago. And I had another Good Rats record. I can't remember which one it is. It's like a $3, $5 record maybe. And he's like, this should be more. It should be a more expensive record because it's so good. And he made me listen to it. And it was okay. It wasn't, if you're watching this and you're that guy, because he said he did watch my videos. I did like the record, but it didn't blow my socks off. But he did say the Good Rats first record is better. And it's a little harder. And so I've been looking for this record. It's like a $20 record, you know. And it's good. It's really good. Hard, early 70s hard rock / little prog leanings to it. But it's just a good record. The Good Rats have a little bit of a comedic streak, which I'm not a fan of. But the music's good and it's there. So I've had that. I've listened to it. And then this one, this is really cool. I've had it for a while. I've never cracked the seal on it until last week. But this is the Allman Brothers live at Ludo Garage 1970 with Dwayne. This is a 3 LP. It is a rockin' Allman Brothers set. I've had this for a while. I just never listened to it. I don't know how hard these are to get, but if you like live Allman Brothers stuff, this is a really cool record. This show is going a little long, but and then I had a guy, and as far as I know, it's this guy. So this says, "Hey Noble Records." I put the note in the back there. "Hey Noble Records, our pal Grasshopper thought you might dig these records." Sorry, I misread. You might dig these records. This is Doc and Jay. So this is Doc. And then, is this Jay? Or this is Grasshopper? You know what? I'm just putting this together. So Jay... Okay. I'm just putting this together. It's late. Jay Anderson plays drums and percussion on this record. Matthew Doc Dunn plays bass, flute, guitars, and organ. Wow. So this is like a really cool, like, I listened to this the other day. This is on Cosmic Range Records. Really cool, like, neo psychedelic record. And it's you know, there's some fluty parts in it. But it's real trippy and it's true psychedelia. I really liked this. So Doc and Jay, you guys are killing it. I don't know how hard these are to get or if they're streamable. If they are, check them out. But this is a really cool record. Thank you for giving me that. I really enjoyed it and listened to it. And this is another one. This is Matthew Doc Dunn. But this is a cool, like, singer-songwriter, Americana, country, rock, country, cosmic country, I will call it, record. Very good. I really enjoyed this one as well. So some really talented guys that are fans of the channel. Thank y'all for sending me that. But so the move was really good. No, it wasn't. It was horrible. What am I saying? Delusional. It was the worst thing ever. And it wasn't because of the records. The records weren't that big of a deal. You know, they're all the same size. So they all fit in boxes. It's great. Gosh, I hate moving so much. I never want to do it again, but I probably will. Yeah, I mean, when you're moving, it's like it never ends. Like when you go back and you're like, okay, this is the last load. You're like, oh, there's like stuff's multiplying. Where's this stuff coming from? And there's just all this stuff you forgot you had. And it's like, it's the worst. But the move was rough. It was rough. But it's over now. I haven't had a chance to make a video because I've been so busy, and like every day at the end of the day, I'm so tired from moving all day that I don't have it in me to do it. I don't have it in me to stay awake, and I just fall asleep. So that's kind of where I am now. But I pushed myself to do this for you guys because I love you guys, and you guys are like sons to me and daughters to me. But no records were damaged during the course of the move. Everything is good. And like I said, I have some adjustments I need to make to the room before I do a room tour. But the sound system is sounding really good in this room. I'm really excited about it. And it's just been a really cool room to get up here and listen to records. It is on the second story, so I have had to carry records up the stairs. But it's all good. They're worth it. So thank y'all for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, hit the subscribe button. Follow us on our social medias, Instagram and whatnot. And we'll see you next time.